Lebanon's political leaders to be true peacemakers, put their differences aside and seek reconciliation. He arrived in Beirut from Istanbul on the second leg of his maiden voyage as Pope. His aim is to encourage the Lebanese people to persevere at a precarious moment for their small Mediterranean country, which is facing economic uncertainty, deep political divisions, and fears of a new war with Israel. He delivered a message of hope and encouragement to Christians, telling them, "You have suffered greatly." On the plane from Turkey, the Pope also addressed the Israeli-Palestinian issue, saying the Holy See has for many years publicly endorsed a two-state solution. Kathleen Maloney, Fox News.
And President Trump telling reporters aboard Air Force One Sunday that he would release the results of an MRI that he had. The White House confirming the president had the MRI during his physical last month, but they have not released why he had it or on what part of his body. The president saying the results of the MRI were, quote, perfect, and White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt saying the results show that the president remains in exceptional physical health. I'm Ted Lindner, and this is Fox News.
Watch the Super Bowl live. All you have to do is purchase 12 packs of the Bud family and look for the QR coupon inside.
He dives into the end zone.
Scratch and scan the QR code for your chance to become a finalist to watch Super Bowl 60 at Levi's Stadium in California. Plus, every code scanned will earn you points to redeem for Bud Light NFL gear.
You want to see what a real football looks like?
Don't miss your shot at the ultimate football experience in February at Super Bowl 60 with Bud Light. Bud Light reminds you that responsibility matters.
Celebrating the 176th-year anniversary of American President Lines. APL is a trusted partner to the U.S. government and its military. Our U.S.-flagged vessels are proud to provide ocean transportation, logistics, and critical mission support worldwide, and most especially to our local partners right here on Guam and Saipan. APL has an extensive network that connects your shipping needs to anywhere in the world. The APL Guam team is dedicated and here to help you. Call 588-4651 or visit apl.com. APL Global Presence with a local home.
Are you planning a trip to the Philippines? Why not come back feeling healthier and more rejuvenated? At the Medical City, we offer world-class healthcare services, including comprehensive executive checkups and top-tier aesthetic treatments for as low as $530. Imagine lounging on white sandy beaches, shopping at top-tier shopping centers, and indulging in premium healthcare all in one vacation. Book your getaway now and experience the best of both worlds. The Medical City, your trusted partner in health.
Need publicity for your big events? We've got a great feature on the Points website to help you get your happening noticed for free. Just go to thepoint.gu and look for the community button. Click on submit your event and then fill in the blanks. You can even upload your flyer. Once we approve it, it'll show up on all Choice Broadcasting websites. Did I say it was free? From 5Ks to car washes, lunch plates, fundraisers, whatever. Let us help you get the word out. Free! Get started on thepoint.gu.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent. It is 1800 hours and 7 minutes. Time for Veterans with Benefits with your hosts Anthony Tyron and Corinna Ballista.
Thank you, Jose. Thank you for the intro. I love the intro, and I like the music. Dun, 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 dun.
It's grand.
Yes. As always, we want to start with thanking our sponsors, Ambrose Inc., Hebzibah Family Medical Clinic, American Legion Post 1. Don't forget to visit their steak day every second Saturday. Domino's. Nobody knows like Domino's.
The only one that knows is Dane. Dane, you haven't seen me yet.
He's going to chase you down, Dane.
I know.
He's going to go to every single Domino's one day and just chase you down.
Thank you for all you do.
Yes, the most services with Rob Jackson, veteran-owned. JTC Services, also small business veteran-owned. They have some openings over there. JTC Services, Master Blasters for all your blasting needs. 11Z's, the coffee shop right behind the radio station. They offer a 11% discount for veterans and military. And then the nonprofit organization, HMI, that we're a part of. My favorite part. Veteran of the Week. Veteran of the Week is Staff Sergeant Leo Villanueva, U.S. Army retired. He honorably served the United States Army from June 1978 to August 1998, completing 20 years and 2 months of active duty service. His military career culminated in a voluntary early retirement He entered service from Guam and was last assigned at the 82nd Engineer Company, Fort Carson, Colorado, under U.S. Army Pacific Command. Upon separation, he was transferred to the U.S. Army Reserve. He held the primary MOS of 62 November 30, construction equipment supervisor for over 13 years, and also served as 11 Bravo, light infantryman for more than 17 years, demonstrating versatility and leadership in both engineering and combat arms roles. Some of his awards and decoration include Army Commendation Medal, 4th Award, Army Achievement Medal, 3rd Award, Army Good Conduct Medal, 5th Award, National Defense Service Medal, NCO Professional Development Ribbon with numeral 3, Army Service Ribbon, Overseas Service Ribbon, 4th Award, Sharpshooter Badge, Rifle, Expert Badge, Infantryman Badge. His military education includes basic and advanced non-commissioned officer courses, battalion training management course, unit fire marshals course, combat lifesavers course, unit driver's examiner course, German Head Start language course. Staff Sergeant Villanueva's career reflects steadfast dedication, exceptional technical skill, and strong leadership across both combat and engineering units. His honorable service, spanning 2 decades, exemplifies the Army values and commitment to mission excellence. Let us thank him for his service, Veteran of the Week. All right.
Congratulations.
Nice.
Be sure you go pick up your pizza over at Domino's.
And that's his photo that Jose's showing there. And then his wife, Miss Nancy, gave us an article. There was a newspaper article there. What was he doing? Oh, thanking them? Oh, nice. Nice. Veteran of the Week. Thank you. Make sure you go get your pizza. Next is Tip of the Week. We share Tip of the Week every week because there are so many benefits and resources available for veterans that they just do not know about. So we hope to inform you every week about something new. And so we always have questions. The most recent question, well, we get asked this question a lot. How do I know if I'm eligible for VA healthcare benefits? Eligibility for VA healthcare is based on a combination of factors, including your military service history, disability status, income, and current VA policies outlined in 38 CFR Part 17 and the M21 Adjudication Procedures Manual. Basic eligibility requirements. You may be eligible if you served in the active military, Navy, or Air Service and were discharged or released under conditions other than dishonorable. 38 CFR 17.34 establishes that priority for enrollment is determined by eligibility factors such as service-connected status, income, and other special statuses. Factors that determine enrollment priority. VA healthcare is structured in priority groups, 1 to 8. These groups determine when and how you're enrolled based on needs and resources. Here's how you might qualify for a priority group. Priority group number 1. If you are service-connected at 50% or higher or unemployable. Priority group number 2. If you have a service-connected condition rated 30% or 40%. Priority group number 3. If you're a former prisoner of war, Purple Heart recipient, or recently discharged with service-connected issues. Priority group 4, if you're receiving aid in attendance or housebound benefits. Priority group number 6, you have a 0% service connection, but you receive VA compensation. Priority group number 7 or 8, if you are low income or qualify for VA pension. There is a special eligibility exception. There are special eligibility exceptions, and they are if you served in Vietnam, Southwest Asia, Camp Lejeune during specific exposure periods, or you are exposed to Agent Orange, burn pits, Gulf War hazards, or radiation, often under PACTEC eligibility. If you are enrolled in CHAMP VA as a dependent or survivor. Income-based enrollment means test. If you are not service-connected, you may still qualify based on income. VA uses your household income, dependents, and geographic location to determine if you're eligible for free care. Possible copays for outpatient or inpatient services will apply. Prescription coverage also applies. How to check your eligibility. You can apply online, va.gov/healthcare. You can call VA enrollment for insurance. That's 1-877-222-VETS, VETS. You can visit the CBOC. That is the building outside Naval Hospital, outside the gate. That is the Guam Community-Based Outpatient Clinic. What will you need to bring? Bring your DD-214 or other discharge documents that show what conflict you were in or on Guam. If you enlisted here on Guam from 1962 to July 1980, bring your DD-214. And if it says you swore in here, bring your DD-214 there and register for healthcare. They'll give you a form. It's called 1010EZ. Fill that out. And just try. You never know if you are eligible. VA healthcare is very important because you'll get a lot of different services here on the island. And if you needed surgery, the VA will send you. If you are 30% or more, your spouse can also go with you. Even if you weren't in combat or don't have a disability yet, it's worth applying for. You might qualify under income rules, exposure legislation, or preventative health initiatives like mental health screenings. Once you're enrolled, you retain access. So please go out there and enroll for healthcare. If you don't want to do it for you, do it for a family member that might join the military in the future, because we need to use these services. All right. Did you want to say hello?
Sure. I wanted to say hello to Knox and Aaliyah and to my mom.
And something's coming up too, right?
Yeah, I also wanted to say congratulations to my granddaughter Aaliyah, who will be graduating from nursing school out in University of Maryland.
All right. So a lot to talk about?
I would imagine.
You can start. I'm going to go look at all these comments here.
You want me to start?
Yes, because I want to look at all these comments.
Isn't that a refreshing thought?
Really?
Well, what did you want me to start with? What do you have on your list?
Well, what did we just do? What did we do last week? Oh, we had Chuck on, right? Chuck Hazard on.
That's correct.
And then today we had the Guam Veteran Task Force meeting.
That's right. That was a pretty good meeting.
And then this Friday, what's coming up?
Oh, yeah. So this Friday, the commission meeting is not being done as a commission meeting. It's almost like a public input type of work group. Work group, I think is what it's being called.
Working group.
Working group. There you go. And we're finding out quite a few things about how working groups work. They kind of work kind of in the shadows on their own and can do whatever they want. Anybody can do a working group. Nobody.
But why are they doing a working group? I thought they're supposed to have like a full-blown commission meeting.
Yeah, but they didn't have the funds again. Which is, they testified at the hearing that, we've been having meetings, and no, you have not been having meetings. And here we are again. Things are supposed to be running smoothly, but we couldn't get the advertisement out.
I don't understand why they can't just front load all of the advertising and go ask for the money for the whole year.
Well, things are done a different way in the government of Guam.
Is it a new fiscal? I mean, I've never worked for the government of Guam, so I don't know how it works.
1 October is
the new fiscal year, so they have new money. New money or no money?
Well, I mean, back in the United States of America, looks like the money's already set free. I mean, the shutdown is over, so some of that money should trickle down to our lovely island out here.
But I wonder how much it costs to advertise in the paper.
Oh yeah, but you can't. There's really, really strict ways of getting it done. And if you're really doing your job, you will go, get, figure it out. But,
Do you know, Jose, what the procurement laws are about advertising? Like, why can't we just do it for the whole year? Why do we have to do it piecemeal?
It's a good question, because if they've scheduled their meetings, then they could at least budget for it. We already know what the price is going to be. That's a good question.
I believe there was something being mentioned somewhere that there's a way to do it so that it gets included as well. So that
There is an online portal for meetings also, and I can't remember what that website address is.
Oh, no, that can't work.
Why not?
They're not allowed to?
It doesn't work. I mean, it's not about to happen, right? So if it doesn't work, then
being
sorry.
No, it works
sarcastic
because
here.
it does work.
I mean, so
Because it's easy and it takes no effort.
No,
but
it won't
because,
happen.
because it makes so much sense.
but no, we
No,
can't.
but it is. It's within the law, but I don't know what the address is, and a lot of people can look at it. Remember, there was a kind of a redundant bill to digitize the announcements, but it's already written in the law.
I'm sorry, Jose. I tried to say this and I tried to do this before, but it's not going to work. I'm sorry.
Is redundant too many syllables?
It won't work. It can't work. I don't know. We're just not able to work.
gosh.
Things can't work. No, you don't need an excuse. I just tell you it doesn't work, and it doesn't work.
And we're just supposed to take the excuse?
That's right. And it's rather interesting, right? Our government is ran by our people. That's, I think, the last time I checked, that's the way it's supposed to be done. The people have the power, and they are supposed to be in charge of the government. And, I really want to see the people challenge the government. When I say that, if the government isn't doing their job, right, maybe we need to figure out how to, and this is not personal in any nature, right? But, sometimes folks are not able to do a job. And if they're not able to do it, whatever that job might be, this is not picking on any one person or location, right? You might want to surround yourself with folks that might have a clue as to how these things will work. I mean, I've been hearing about this commission for, I want to say 3, 4, 5 years now. 5 years I've been listening. And when the very first time I sat in this commission meeting, there were 2 questions that were asked. And I was like, okay, you guys have been doing this for a long time, right? And I said, I'm just here to just sit down and listen. So 2 things they said. Nobody's talking about, we cannot get a hospital. That's one of the things they mentioned. So, just to talk and say you can't get a hospital is one thing, right? But if you don't figure out what the steps might be to get to that hospital, of course you're never going to get a hospital.
There was something the great late Bob Klitsky used to talk about a lot in this government, and it's called learned helplessness.
Learned helplessness. Wow, I like that.
Where there's always but we can't, well, it's not going to happen, it's never going to work type attitude, and that's an affliction, I think. There's one thing to absolutely be sure that, break both your legs, don't come running to me. Of course, you're not going to, right?
Right. Yes.
But to always give, not to always, but to give a kind of a rationalization for why things can't get done, even though we know they can get done.
Exactly.
Almost kind of like shifting passing the buck.
Right.
And that's
and
what happens. But I know that there are a lot more good people on Guam who have shed the whole learned helplessness behavior and go for it always.
Yeah. And
those are the ones we should encourage.
And it's really difficult. Have you ever tried going to work and trying not to work at work? I mean, how do you do that?
It would become no work anymore.
It's like you walk in and you say, I'm not doing anything, and they're going to pay me to not do anything.
So what are the tools that we can do to help light these fires and ignite some ambition and intention?
So the second thing that they talked about at that meeting was, do we know any attorneys, right? I was like, are you kidding me? I'm walking into a place and they told me, hey, we're the commission. We're the guys that have been doing this for many, many years. I'm like, yay, I feel confidence. Then they ask a question like that, and I'm like, who are these guys? How do they not know how to find people, right? And so initially when they brought that up 5 years ago, I said, hey, there's an attorney by the name of Dan Summerfleck who takes care of folks with disabilities, right? And he could be somebody that we can speak to about the things that we might need.
Better yet, there is a directory of attorneys on Guam. You can go online. They're all registered, and you can look at all their numbers and find one suitable for you if you ask and you look for it.
Well, and so I guess this falls more under the line of the commission needing an attorney to help them, right? And so, you know, they're a little bit of, because, you know, they can utilize GovGuam paid, or, I mean, I think back in during that time, 5 years ago, I think we had the AG's office representing the government of Guam. It might have been, but that's where we could have been going to get our information. So it just required the leadership at that point to reach out to whoever the AG's office was and get guidance from them, or to the governor's office.
What are the specific tasks right now that you are looking for this commission to complete?
Oh, so you're putting the learned helplessness on me, huh?
No.
I hear you. So
that was learned helplessness there.
so they have, I guess their mission has a lot to do with bringing the organizations together, finding out what our veterans might need, right? And really trying to organize this whole issue of who the veterans are and what their needs might be so that they can present them. Now, what we've recently started to look at is years ago, before this current committee chair, we decided to dissect the old veterans law. And what we started to find out was that the old law did not give the commission any teeth. So basically, you had a commission that would say some things and give a recommendation to the GOVA director, and all the GOVA director needed to do is to acknowledge that he received it. The commission does not guide, does not have the power to direct him to carry out any of these things. So that was the initial challenge that we were having, as far as having the commission and then having a GOVA director. So in essence, the GOVA director answers straight to the governor. So if the governor says, you take your butt and go over here and do this, that's what the GOVA director is going to do. You see what I mean? He's not beholden or under any need or reason to report back to the commission. And that's been the problem that we've been having for a long time. So those were some of the things that we started to do. And by the way, that was done through a task force. So once again, when the commission was not meeting, so just think about that for a second. There was a point in time, kind of like the past few months, like this month, they're not having a commission meeting. So just think about that. Somebody at the legislature said, oh, the commission has been having meetings. Of what? They didn't have a meeting this month.
So, and I appreciate you entertaining my curiosity here. So when you say task force, even though it's the commission, some commission members or all of them, the task force is an unofficial meeting? Or?
That's correct. Yeah. So because the commission couldn't do their job of putting together an advertisement and to meet to discuss veteran issues, that's when the task force...
To render it official.
Right. So the task force said, hey, look, let's get together and let's figure out how to try to help these folks. And, you know, the task force met today without having to put an advertisement in the paper.
Okay, the only way I can think of is that legal? Are they allowed to meet without? Yeah, because sometimes some commissions aren't able to meet outside of an official.
So the commission, meeting. So the commission and task force are two different things. Mm-hmm. Task force is a group of veterans and partly of an organization or don't have to
And
be
it's
there.
allowable that the commission members can be a part of it.
When you talk about it in that fashion, right, commission members can be a part of anything, right? They're just, so they could be a part of.
But no decisions can be made at these task force, just suggestions.
Oh, no, we've so I'm glad you brought that up. So since 2024.
I'm just trying to, I'm kind of confused. And I think
It's not formalized,
I'm
if that's
sure,
what you're asking.
There you go, formalized.
Yeah,
and
it's
I'm
not
sure
formalized.
there's a lot of audience members out there.
There's no anything that's not formalized. It's just a bunch of veterans getting together, trying to push things forward, trying to ask
Make things work.
questions, trying to make things happen, taking action instead of having a meeting and kicking things down the road into 2026 and hoping things are
When
going to
was
fix
the
itself.
last formal commission meeting documented?
Was it the day?
October, because they didn't have one in November.
That's right. And they didn't have one in September.
So October.
Yes, so they haven't been having meetings, and this very issue is the issue they were talking about. But when we were down at the OPA oversight hearing, this was not something that they felt was important to tell the veterans that, oh, we're not meeting. I mean, or we can't meet because we can't get these things put together. It's unheard of.
Here's my opinion of the meeting that is no way in a reflection of you guys here or anybody else. It felt like they were kind of consoling them after that hard-hitting OPA report. And I don't think that was the purpose of that oversight hearing, was to say, good job, keep up the whatever work you're doing. And again, this is not a personal dig on the director or anybody else involved. There's some serious issues that need to be addressed. I saw one issue that was addressed, and that was money that was appropriated to the GOVA office that hasn't been spent.
That's correct.
And that's the only thing the legislature is tasked to do, is to appropriate money. And if you're not spending money that's appropriated to you, you dare not ask for more money next year.
Yeah,
$600,000.
what can
But
we do?
we'll talk about that when we come back from break, right? You're listening to Veterans with Benefits on 93.3. You can call into 671-888-TALK. We'll be right back.
The holidays have arrived. More of us are out and about, creating even busier roads and longer traffic lines to get our shopping done. This is a friendly reminder to all motorists to be mindful and courteous on our island roads. You're partying? Have fun, but be sure to have a designated driver. No matter how busy or how much fun you're having, remember to drive safe. Someone loves you. This message is brought to you by Proline Automotive.
Guam Regional Medical City presents Your Gut, Our Focus. From digestive issues to advanced diagnostics. Join us Saturday, December 13th from 10 to noon at the Micronesia Mall Center Court for a community event focused on digestive wellness. Meet GRMC's team from gastroenterology, patient education, patient experience, and referral management. And learn how we can support your digestive health. At 10:30, enjoy a special presentation with Dr. Jill along with guests from ANX Robotics and GI Digital. Enjoy free vital checks, vendor booths, raffle prizes, and your chance to win the grand prize, a 55-inch smart TV. This event is free and open to the public. Join us December 13th at the Micronesia Mall.
24 days till Christmas. Get the perfect Shinarp gift at the local shop or bladesbycrank.com. Merry Christmas, everybody.
And we're back. Man, time flies when you're having fun. We're already at like halfway through.
Awesome, Jose.
Let's read all the comments from the veterans watching us on Facebook. Hello to those watching us on YouTube. Jose, please say hi to them because, you know, I only have one screen over here. And Under the Sea is going to get mad at me for not paying attention to him.
Well, he is popping in from Busan Airport to just say hello.
Oh.
Very nice.
So he's leaving or going? Wait, is he arriving there or leaving? I think he's arriving. We have comments. Charlie Hermosa, good evening, guys. Semper Fi. It feels like I just saw you guys. Wow. Now I see what Anthony looks like without a cover. I see a little gel. Perfect.
Awesome. Thank you, Charlie.
We have Raymond McGravy watching from North Dakota. -7 degrees. Freezing emoji.
Oh, great
blue
place to be
hearts.
right now.
And then John Coleman, it's 55 here in Florida, and I'm freezing. Brennan Fausto, good evening, y'all, and veteran warfighters.
Brennan.
U.S.
hello.
flag, Guam flag, and a salute. Salute from Jose. Frank and Chris Tidegui. Happy holidays, veterans. Elizabeth Mendiola Kichitu, buenas. John Coleman, the VA here in Florida has been my best experience with the VA. Worst was Indianapolis. Guam VA was good to me. Lex Pim, hi all. First time listener here. I appreciate all you do. John Coleman, oh yes, learned helplessness. I remember. Miss the judge. Aw.
We miss him too. He was a
Yes.
veteran too.
Yes. Did we do one changeover? Like we came in towards the end of his show and then jumped on, or was that something we were planning?
No, it
Do you
happened.
remember? Did we? We did it?
Yes, because I was haggard a little, but
Oh.
but we did it.
Yeah. That was good. No, you're right. Like it's, 1 hour, honestly isn't a lot of time, especially when we have a guest on, because there's just so much. There's a reason why we bring the guests on. There are things that veterans don't know that they have access to, or what services are available to them, or the resources, which is why, and these are one of the things we talked about at the task force meeting, was that 2026, hopefully, with all of the pushing, will be proclaimed as
Year of the Veteran Services.
2026, Year of the Veteran Services. And with that, we hope to bring light to all the services that are available on this island and in the region and in the U.S. I mean, I always talk about the VA hospital in Las Vegas, 1000 North Pecos Lane. It's huge. You can get lost in there. There's also a Fisher House attached to it. So if anyone had to have surgery and you're in that area, it's what we need here. That's also what we talked about in the Guam Task Force meeting. And, Jose, to answer your question earlier, the difference between the commission and the veteran task force meeting, we talk about things that matter in the task force meeting. We talk about what we have, what we should have, what issues veterans are dealing with, what the veterans, concerns are, veterans that are passing away, spouses that no one's listening to, widows that no one's listening to. Those are the things that we talk about. And those are the things that we address, and we actually take action on them. Is there something that you're having a hard time with? Okay, let me cut the red tape and go straight to the source and help you. Those are the things we talk about. When I watched the last Veteran Commission meeting, it was only one person talking about everything and no action. Yeah, just round and round. One person talking.
That's very good.
Yes, okay.
All right. What were we just talking about before we went off?
Oh, that's how I feel when you talk. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. And also, I did want to talk about the events coming up before we go any further. HMI is sponsoring the Benefits Boot Camp number 47, the last one of the year. It will be December 9 to 11 from 5:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. at Joint Mayor's office. Send me a message if you would like to register, 671-682-7631. It's absolutely free. Yes, you should attend, whether you filed a claim or not, whether you're stuck, whether you want to know all about the resources that you have available, because the first day we go over intro, the second day we go over required forms, the third day we go over what to expect after you file your claim. We also do hands-on activities. We help you with VA math. Thank you to Ms. Perez for creating the activity for us. Then we also show you, hey, this is what you can do. And we also go over the benefits per percentage that you'll get. And we teach you VA math. So it's very important, especially if you are in the process or you just don't know where to start. It really is a good first step. But you'll never know about your benefits unless you take that step. Spouses, if you cannot get your spouse to go, you should attend it. That's December 9 to 11. And then Reads Across America, that should be December 13. No official flyer yet. Hopefully it comes out soon. That's in 12 days. And then the congressman's office was supposed to have an outreach event. I reached out today to find out when the reschedule is. They will get back to me with the new date once it's set. Then I think I sent this to you, Jose. The Guam Hogs is having a candy run on December 14, Sunday. And then if you would like to volunteer, they're doing candy bagging on December 13 at Tamuning Elementary. And then reach out to me and I'll give you the POC's number. My number again is 671-682-7631. The candy run. And this is an event sponsored by Guam Hogs. We, HMI, donated some candy last year. Let me see if we have any. Oh, Jerome McDonald. Good morning from California. Hello, Jerome. All right. I think that's all the events I have to share.
Are you sure?
Yes.
All right. Looks like we're winding down, and I guess we have like 2-3 more shows, right? Radio shows
For the year.
For the year, and part of what we discussed over at the task force is what works and how do we do more of it, and what doesn't work, right? And some of the things that work are bringing our veterans together, working with them, collaborating, right? We talked about this year, HMI wanted to really look at, how to bring people together, right? So our first event was the summit, is that correct?
First event was the Quality of Life Expo, and then the summit.
That was January, the Quality of Life?
I think that was in February.
Okay.
The one at UOG.
Yeah, so we usually go to the Quality of Life to really reach out to the veterans, some of the active duty folks about to get out. And then we also wanted to talk to, so what we did was for the summit, by the way, the summit came as a result of veterans who attended the symposium. And what happens at the symposium is we got a bunch of service providers that provide services to our veterans. And from those service providers, we get to have our veterans ask questions. So the symposium last year was held at the museum. And I think one of the biggest hits there was having DISIT there. And by the way, for those of you that are veterans receiving disability compensation, you also are able to receive care from DISIT, because whether we choose to believe it or not, when you file for VA disability, you now become a disabled person. So you get to receive services there. That's also one of the reasons we wanted to team up with GSAT, because when we first started out, there were veterans that were not receiving VA benefits. And when we talk about them not receiving benefits, then where would they go to get care? And this was one of the resources, which was GSAT. DISIT is also another resource. We also have folks like the Guam Legal Services, there's Social Security, there's also Elder Justice, right? All these different organizations provide services to our veterans. Now, why the symposium is the main place for these services locally to help our veterans is the only event that you will go to where you will find these folks to speak and discuss and talk and inform you of the services they provide. Social Security, throughout the symposiums that we've been having, has been the biggest attraction. So, Mr. Sanchez over there, who's also a veteran, right? He had to talk about, the different ways to receive Social Security benefits. Now, if you are a veteran and you have a disability and you're getting disability compensation, there is a good chance you might be also able to get Social Security benefits as well. So you may want to look into that. But we don't hear anybody else talking about that, and you won't learn about that unless you go to the symposium. Now, because of that symposium and by request and because of the high demand of the information, we created the summit. And that's where we started working this year with MWR. We worked with Wounded Warrior, West Care, and was there one more?
That's it.
That was it. Okay. So we did that, working on bringing together the different organizations. We had Norma Castellan from the Chugash outfit, as well as Bob Kelly, right? Those are two veterans, two different businesses that came together to help put together the
Veterans golf tournament.
Now, of course, throughout all this, we're also getting help from service disabled owned entity like Ambrose. So, you know, that's also something that, you know, we were doing. So, looks like we have a caller. Shall we take it? Okay. Off a day, sir.
Hey, Tony. Hey, Karina. How you all doing?
Hello, Rob.
Hey, listen, I just want to say thank you guys for everything that you do for the veterans community. I know sometimes it feels like you're pulling out your hair. Sometimes you want to strangle people's necks or whatever, but you all don't stop doing the mission to service and support veterans, and I appreciate you guys for that. Thank you for everything that you do for the community.
And thank you too, Rob. For those that don't know, Rob Jackson is also a veteran, very well educated and very knowledgeable on many different things out there. By the way, I didn't get to his piece yet, but Rob and Charlie were two of the folks that got together to help us with the gala this year, and you know, they did a pretty outstanding job, and I'm sure in the future they're going to do an even better job, knowing what they know today from actually getting involved in the gala. And by the way, that's a veterans gala. Yes, HMI started it and put it together, but if you come there, so you know, this is a plug for next year. Get your tickets, get it early, get to that gala. You're going to see some things there that you've never seen anywhere else. And I'll tell you something. Hawaii, for all the things that they have and resources out there, don't even have their own veterans gala. So good on you veterans here on Guam, and we got to keep doing the things that we're doing, because when we do those types of things, right, we start showing people that together we can do so many different things. And thank you for helping out with that, Rob.
No, my pleasure. I did very little. Hats off and shout out to Miss Karina over there. She made a lot of stuff happen at the last minute, rocking and rolling, because she is the source of institutional knowledge. And, of course, Charlie, who played MC and brought all of his special talents and skills to it. And, again, I just can't wait to see how things continue to grow as the veterans and the veterans organizations, as well as the government agencies, start working together and getting on one sheet of music. I'm looking forward to that day.
And you know what, just so that you know, we really just remove a lot of this notion that, you know, the task force is trying to remove the commission. That's absolutely not what we do there. We sit there to try to figure out how to make these things work. And, you know, we get folks like yourself, Rob, that talks about, we really got to keep doing this. We got to make this thing work. We got to bring the leadership together. And, you know, it's really quite, you know, sometimes disheartening. But what other choice do we have? We have to do this. Nobody else is coming to save us. If we don't do something, it's not going to happen. So we have to take that lead. We have to get, and many of us know this. I mean, a person like yourself, you know this, you see it. And if we don't take the step to do something, we're going to be in the same position we've always been. So get out there, do things, come in. We all need the help. Join in, join the movement, improve the lives of our veterans, and, you know, just keep going. I mean, one day we're going to get there one step at a time. And there'll be naysayers, there'll be detractors, there'll be people that will say things that are just not positive. But that's those people. But if we keep moving, you know, eventually they're going to get on the bandwagon, because they'll have no choice but to watch and see and be a part of something that's going to be so much better. And the veterans will tell them, you can stay or you can come. So thank you for that.
I absolutely believe in what President Obama used to say. We have to be the change that we're looking for. We are the change that we're looking for.
Man, thank you so much. Awesome, Rob. Is there anything else you want to tell us?
Nothing right now. Again, thank you guys for everything that you do for the island and the veteran community.
Thank you, Rob. We'll be seeing you soon.
Wait, I have a question. Did you get an update
I did not.
Okay.
I did not. I did call the office, but more to follow on that later on.
So I'll just say, I asked you the question, but I didn't tell anyone listening what my question is. So Rob's task today was, from our task force meeting, was to find out if the modernization plan that the Guam Office of Veteran Affairs testified that they would have ready by the first week of December. So today's December 1st. So that's what Rob said that he would do. So no update yet.
No update yet.
All right, and I think there's open lines of communication with these folks. So, once again, if they need the help, we as veterans, most especially the task force, are looking for ways to get in there. And if things haven't been happening with the people whispering in your ear or trying to help you, it looks like you need more help. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean that those people aren't helpful. They're just not as helpful as they probably can be. So if you got a circle of people that are assisting you, maybe you could call in a few more reinforcements. You got a whole bunch over on the task force, so these folks are waiting to come assist. So, Director, if you're listening, there's good folks like Rob Jackson here waiting to help. So you just got to let us know. So the help is out there.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate you.
Thanks, you. We
Rob.
appreciate you. You have a good one.
All right.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Another thing that we learned about in the task force meeting was that there are 4 new customer service representatives that are in training at the Guam Office of Veteran Affairs. And so, of course, when we heard that, we were saying, hey, when were the veterans going to know? Was anyone going to tell anyone? And, just learning that information feels like the Guam Office of Veteran Affairs just wants to keep it a secret. It should have been public information.
Well, and I guess maybe, right now I don't think we have a really good or robust communication system. So at some point we will. But maybe we'll talk a little bit more about
when
that
we come back from the break.
There you
Yes. You're listening to Veterans with Benefits on 93.3. We'll be right back.
Attention federal employees and annuitants, GovGuam employees, GCA members, and Take Care members. Free open to the public health fairs will be Saturday, November 15th and 29th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Micronesia Mall. Learn more about Take Care's 2026 health plan offerings, wellness and fitness programs, provider network, and much more. Free health screenings by FHB Health Center. Visit TakeCareAsia.com. Take Care, our island, your health plan.
Celebrate the season with Subway's limited time festive flavors collection. Sink your teeth into the meat-loaded Terhamkin, festive turkey, or festive chicken. Want to dial up your holiday flavors? Add cranberry sauce or stuffing to any sub for just $1 more. Happy feasting only at Subway. Eat fresh, feel good.
There are 24 days till Christmas. This Christmas countdown is brought to you by Carrier Guam. Daily savings on all our high wall units, both Carrier and Toshiba splits.
And we're back. Thank you for the phone calls. There's a veteran that said he wanted to call in. I'm not sure if he... Oh, hold on. I got to read this comment. Sorry. Hold on. What did he say? Oh, hi, Lex Pim. Hi, great to listen in. I have a question about my VA compensation if there's time. Jose said call in. And then... John Coleman says they may think I'm disabled, but my wife doesn't. And then he said, sorry, I dropped my phone when I heard Obama's name. Oh, my gosh. Lex Pim, call in. If you can get in, 671-888-TALK. We're still here. And
the next boot camp is in Jotnya, yes?
Yes, Jotnya. Jotnya Mayor's office. 5:30 p.m. to 11 p.m. Then we won't have one until next year. So there were 2 things that we said we were going to talk about when we came online.
We did a survey like we normally do. This will be like our 3rd year doing this?
Yes.
4th year?
This is the end of year survey.
Yeah, and we usually do mid-year, end of year. we're just so really right. We have no place where we can measure what our veterans feel, think, see, or do. And if it exists, nobody's publishing it, right? So we've sent these informations into Senator Sabrina Salas's office. We've sent them to other folks that may want them or ask for them. And basically it's just, I mean, some of the answers and results are unflattering. You know what I mean? If you were on the opposite end of, somebody saying things aren't so good where you're at, right? Or you're not providing a service. I mean, if we already had the OPA report out there, right? Then, it's wide open. And to be quite honest about the OPA report, there were a few things in there that the auditors may have not really laid them out with, right? They had a big old right hook coming across their chin, but I think they kind of let up a little. They didn't go full force, and I think that's not the design of OPA, to knock them out of the ring and not to have them fight anymore, right? That's just an analogy, right? But the idea behind them bringing all these issues up are issues that need to be really taken care of. Now, when we talk about the OPA report, too, what would be interesting is while they're down there talking to, the folks that work at the GOVA office, right? I don't believe any of the auditors were veterans as well. So when it comes to really truly learning what that process is, if you're just hearing what people are telling you and you're not experiencing the whole what's really happening when a veteran is, going through that whole process, almost like a secret shopper, if you will, right? If an auditor really wanted to learn and see, they probably could have sent in a secret shopper to the GOVA office or any of these other places to determine truly what's happening. Or they could have put out a survey. I don't know if they've used any surveys to determine what the veterans felt about, the services and things that are going on. And we have this all the time. I mean, we usually publish them. If you come to our boot camps, we show them. When you come to the symposium, we show them, and the summit, right? So there's places where if you come to these get-togethers that we have, you'll be able to take a look at them. Or if you just give Miss Karina a call, I think a cup of coffee for her and Jose, they'll gladly really release that information to you. So, it's just something that we got to take a lot of this information and try to figure out the best way to take the information and make good use of it.
I have a question online. So Lex Pim, instead of calling, he asked, I was granted 40% for my lower back 2 months ago. Oh, we have a call?
Yeah, go ahead. Finish that up, and then we'll get to it.
With help from you guys and Dr. Akoma, I'm very grateful. I recently filed bilateral lower extremity radiculopathy secondary to my cervical back. Went to the CMP exam, and I got evaluated again for my back. Is that considered a reevaluation? Should I be concerned? So they're not reevaluating you, but they do have to do the exam to see how your back is related to sciatica. So you shouldn't be worried unless you get a letter proposing to sever or reduce.
Okay. We could talk about that next.
Yes.
So we got Bob Kelly on the line, and he's got like a minute and a half.
Yes, Bob Kelly.
Bob.
Yeah, I just was going to say, you're saying we needed a secret shopper, a secret veteran, or whatever. We don't. There is the OPA report. It is very, very clear, the deficiencies. Let's use that to improve things. We don't need to go try it again. We know what's wrong with it, and it documents it.
Okay, Bob, I was trying to make it a little bit more fun and lively, but here you go. You're just saying, let's get that report and let's do work.
The report is public information.
Yes, and I think, right, everybody knows that. So thank you for bringing that up. And the idea
if you say everybody knows it, then why do we have to? I mean, why are we saying what we are now? If everybody knows those are the deficiencies, what do you do when you have deficiencies? We have military veterans organization. If you got an IG report that finds 5 things wrong with your organization, do you just set the sheet aside and wait a few months and ignore it?
The first thing that has to happen is a GI party, and all we want to see are
clean it up.
Butts and elbows on the ground working. That's basically what they say.
They told us what we needed. Part of it is funding. Let's go back.
Oh, no, we have 600,000.
They lost.
Therefore, we need to go back to the legislature and make sure they do proper funding. Otherwise, we're just peeking in the wind.
Yes. And we'll touch more on this, and I think these are the kinds of things, and I think even at the task force meeting, what was talked about is taking steps forward to get this done. But anyway.
And you're not going to get good veteran service officers paying them as a clerk or a receptionist. We got to pay them, and we got to set them at a standard. Right now, we're paying them less than half the national standard for the people in that job. We're not going to get quality here with that.
But we'll work on that. So we'll talk a little bit more next time. Thank you, Bob. Thanks for all you do.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, everyone, we're about to sign off here. So just remember, if good things are coming, and if you're not part of the solution, you are part of the problem.
Thank you all. We'll see you next week.
Good night.
The Point is KUSG, Hagåtña, Guam, 93.3 FM and 104.3 HD3.
Envoy Steve Witkoff heads to Russia today for peace talks aimed at ending Moscow's war in Ukraine. On Sunday, Secretary of State Marco Rubio reported progress in talks with Ukrainian officials in Florida.
Secretary Rubio said the discussions in Florida were productive but will continue. Rubio again insisted America's interest goes beyond stopping the fighting. It's also about the future prosperity for Ukraine. He added more will be learned about the potential for peace later this week.
When Mr. Witkoff travels to Moscow, although we've also been in touch in varying degrees with the Russian side, but we have a pretty good understanding of their views as well. So